the nuts and bolts of the class. How do we generate actual traffic to our website? This is where we're going to make our money. Now that we have the tools in place, we can just pay somebody to do this stuff for us. We don't need anything else. We need to figure out where we're going to get people from. Well, the first one is search engines. There was a big update that came from Google over the last year. It was called the Panda update. They also had a penguin update. It sounds like a Madagascar movie. I don't know why they call it that. Somebody smarter than me probably does. But what it did is it changed the way our website showed up in the search engines. Google's goal is to provide the absolute best results to consumers when they type in a specific phrase. That seems fair, right? When you go there and you type in Seattle real estate, you don't want to get to a prescription medicine website, right? You don't want to download a virus. You don't want to be looking at something else. Well, us realtors, we're tricky little slime balls. Like, we've been figuring this out for a while. Like, you type in anything, you're searching for real estate on my site, right? But they're getting better. And what they're saying is that we need to create better content. We got to understand search engine optimization. If you need to learn search engine optimization, Chad is actually teaching the class next door right now. Feel free to go. Search engine optimization is about understanding having good content on your website. It's about generating good quality links from other people's websites to yours. It's about updating your page titles and your page descriptions. It's a whole class in itself. We could spend 8 hours today talking about search engine optimization. So I'm just going to give you the lazy agent's guide to generating traffic from the search engines. When I used to work for the cable company, that was my first real job as a cable guy, is my boss, every day he wrote on the top of the whiteboard, "The change is." Because at Comcast, there was a change every stinking day, so there's no point in erasing the changes part. He just left it up, right? Well, the search engines and internet marketing is the same way. There's always something after the change is. Well, the change is this year is we're used to going to Google and typing in something like widgets and getting a list of websites. That's normal. That's the way Google's always worked. But the change is, now, when you go in and you type in something like Lady Gaga, you're not seeing 10 websites about Lady Gaga anymore. You're seeing albums, things people also search for, news releases, a couple websites, paid ads, etc. They're mixing a variety of type of content on the home page. Because of that, not only do you have to optimize your website now, but you have to optimize your images, your videos, your press releases, your shopping results, your blog posts, your pay-per-click ads. What I want is I had this competitor send a letter to my broker once that says, "Ben Kinney is a rogue cowboy. He has too many websites showing up on the first page of Google." Cool. Hang that one up. What I want is I want my competitors to be so stinking irritated with me when they search for Bellingham waterfront homes, they see 7 of my websites. I think that stuff's funny. But when a consumer does that, is there any doubt who they should hire? Because we're overwhelming them. We like to overwhelm them on all of these things. We want them to see us no matter where they go. We want them in the bathroom at the urinal, look up and say, "Oh, Ben's here." I mean, not like it there, but like a picture or an ad there or something, right? So these results are just completely changing. Now, Google's reorganized the way that the type of content they show. So they show things based on mobile results, books, offers, shopping, blogger, reader, finance, photos, videos, YouTube, images, map results, local. They have a variety of different ways that you can see the results that you want. Our goal is to show up in as many of those as possible, because what we saw before is Google's taken that and mixing it onto the home page for search terms. Good example. And probably the biggest effect that's happening to us in search engine optimization, the real freaking geeking guys, right? We were working on search engine optimization. All of a sudden, then Google added Google Local. And then they start putting all the competitors here that have actually added their business to google.com/local. You're going to want to write that down, google.com/local. If you're not writing that down, just put your head down and move your hand, and I'll feel like you're paying attention. google.com/local. And you'll see that these little pins, this says that this is a local result. It's showing up on this map up there. Now we can still cheat the system and show up top here with our pay-per-click advertising, but wow, what a great way to pass all the geeks by just registering your business on google.com/local. Tell them what you do for business. Tell them all the different services you offer, and make sure your services represent the keywords that people would type in. So you wouldn't name your business Ben Kinney. Nobody searches for me. People search for Bellingham Real Estate, Bellingham Homes, Bellingham Foreclosures, Bellingham Short Sales. So I would make the name of my business, Bellingham Short Sale Experts. And then I would put Ben Kinney from Keller Williams, Western Region, blah, 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 right? Just to make sure I'm legal with the state. So there's ways to manipulate these results so that you show up at the top of the search engines. And you can add it really as in many categories as you want. You just go to google.com/local, and this is the page that you'll see, and you just start adding your business. What you'll notice is right down here it says Google reviews. You guys see that below the search results? This is one of my websites, realestate.bellingham.net. One of the things we're trying to do is add as many Google reviews as possible. Google seems to be giving people that have reviews a higher relevance on the site. Additionally, if your email address or if you connected to people on Google+, when they're logged into Google and they search for results, if you have +1 on Google, or if you've written reviews, the results will show up different for them. They'll say somebody else that you're connected to also viewed this page. That's pretty cool, right? Anytime you spam some poor consumer out there and they save your email address, when they search for something, your results are going to show up if you're being interactive and +1ing and writing reviews, etc. Now, another thing that we're seeing in regards to city sites, or city searches, like when somebody goes to Google and types in a city name, we're seeing that the map is coming up first. They're given a variety of different related search terms, but the images are showing up here. When you guys know that I've helped Active Rain and taught Rain Camp for a couple of years now. And at Active Rain, nearly 20% of all their traffic comes from Google Images. Now, Active Rain gets over 3 million unique consumers a month. 3 million, that's a lot, right? 20% of that, 600,000 people, I think my math is right, come from Google image searches. That's huge. See, what happens when you go and you search on Google and they start showing images on the first page, when you click on that image, it doesn't take you to Google Images, it takes you to the site where the image was found. Well, that's cool. That's an easy way to shortcut your search results. What you got to do is you got to figure out, well, what are the terms that I want to show up in the search engines for if somebody typed in. I want to show up for Bellingham and Bellingham Foreclosures and Bellingham HUD Homes and Bellingham Waterfront Properties, etc. And when they type in that, I want them to see my pictures. And when they click on the picture, I want them to be on my website. Because I know for every 10 people that go to my website, I get 1 lead. And for every 100 leads, I get 5 closings. Hurt my head. To make sure that these things show up in the search engines, it's easy. You got a WordPress blog or you got an Active Rain account. You go to Active Rain, you write a blog post, and you upload a photo. You take a picture of a waterfront properties, you take a picture of a condo building, you take a picture of a HUD home or a foreclosure, and you upload a photo to your blog. Now the thing that you do is you don't name that photo 1234.jpg. Nobody searches for that, right? You name the photo. What I did, Bellingham Waterfront Homes. And then when somebody types in Bellingham Waterfront Homes, they will find that image. The reason that I like to do that on Active Rain is because their pages get indexed so much faster than my personal WordPress site, because they have 3 million visitors and millions of pages of content. So the content gets indexed really fast. So I can show up at the top of the search engines by doing a blog post for one of my listings on Active Rain. So I might go to Active Rain if I was going to list your property and I know it's a Bellingham Waterfront property. Before I go on the appointment, I'm going to write a blog post about your house. I'm going to name it Bellingham Waterfront Properties. I'm going to upload photos of your property. I'm going to post it on there and I'm going to show you how it'll show up at the top of the search engines when I get there. And if you don't decide to list me, I'm going to put your neighbor's house on there. Right? Well, we've done that. We've written so many blog posts about listings that were for a specific keyword, like when you type in something like Bellingham Waterfront Properties, you'll see an Active Rain blog post. So when we get a new listing, we just swap the old one out and put the new information in there because it's already at the top of the search engines. When you type for images, this has resulted in 20% of our traffic. That's pretty cool. It's an easy way to do it. Just add an image to your blog and name it correctly. Additionally, videos. There's a lot of people out there that are a lot better at videos than me. Ken Renner would be a really good example of a great agent that understands video. I don't understand it any more than I know that when people type in terms, videos are starting to show up on the front page, and I want mine to be there. So what I gotta do is I gotta name my videos correctly. You don't name it 1234 Main Street, the address of your listing. If somebody knows the address of your listing, they're gonna find it. That's what the address is for. You want people that don't know the address of your listing, that looks for a property like yours, to find your property. So instead of naming 1234 Main Street, you're gonna name it Bellingham View Condos. Condos near the Space Needle in Seattle. And when somebody types that in, up comes your results, and hopefully one of them is the video. Most of our videos are just our virtual tours that the Tour Factory and different software automatically creates into a video for us. And what we do is we just name the video correctly, so when people search for it, they find our results. It's pretty easy stuff, right? Just name it correctly. How many people have kids? You guys name your kids correctly? That's not hard. We're not building bridges here. News releases. So how do you figure that out? Well, you got to start doing press releases. We know that there are articles, magazines, TV stations, newspapers, blogs all over the US that are looking for great content every day, and they often post PR requests that says, we're looking for 5 agents to talk about how to get an expired property sold. That was the PR request we got on Thursday. We're looking for an agent to talk about marketing luxury properties on social media. So we monitor those things. We've been written in the LA Times, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, magazines all over the United States because we watch those PR requests and then we submit it and we ask them just to include a link to our website. So when somebody types in marketing a luxury property on social media, there's our article. It shows us as the expert. We can bring it into our clients and say, look, even the USA Today thinks that we're an expert. Go to prweb.com and you can start searching for PR requests.